Rebirth of Planet Earth. We are wrapping up a 3-month study on the book of Isaiah. We couldn't go through every chapter in detail, but it was quite a journey. Starting with a nation in crisis, leadership in crisis, then incapability to trust God in crucial moments, determining big struggles for the nation of Judah. Then the promise of restoration and ultimately the proclamation of the gospel news through an Old Testament prophet as Isaiah. We are now focused on the last 2 chapters of the book and specifically at the promise for new heavens and new earth. The perspective, though, is a bit different than what we are used to when looking at the same topic through the book of Revelation, for example. It's before the Messiah. It's addressed through the descendants of Abraham and it focuses on the process. Chapter 65 ends with a promise for new heavens and new earth, but it's a bit confusing because even though it talks about longer life expectancies, better conditions of life, etc., this is ultimately not what solves our problems. Now, the illustrations with the ferocious carnivore animals playing with the lamb and eating grass, this shows for a much bigger transformation. It's a complete recreation to the original purpose. Isaiah 66 starts with a controversy. All that God asks for is humility and respect. But we try to do things our own way with all kinds of tricks and pagan practices. It will all come to an end and there will be restoration for some and destruction for others. Isaiah 66 also talks about the glory of God that attracts people and is like a magnet. It also talks about those that have experienced the difference that God makes in their lives, that they would travel to the edges of the world to share and spread the news. People from all areas of life, from all ethnicity and cultures will join the family of God. Gentiles will become priests. It's not about who was there first or who deserves the most. It's a community of faith. It's amazing how the gospel message is being proclaimed and prophesied by Isaiah. It's mind-blowing to see how it's developing to our days and is pointing to the near future. The book ends with the promise for eternal restoration, to a life with no end, where joy and satisfaction are from different dimensions. Justice is being restored. I hope you have enjoyed the ride through the book of Isaiah. Next week, we'll be starting a new study entitled The Promise, God's Everlasting Covenant.